Because that's a good note to start us to start us off. Welcome everybody to episode number 169 of the Kasson Avenue podcast. Technically, it's like the 12th episode of the Kasson Avenue podcast because we switched over. So
that's right. It's not even
previously
like
something else.
I bet you would know. You would think by the amount of subscribers we have that we just started.
Well, I mean, that point aside, but I'm your host Adam here with my brother Osama. The dog is here. You clearly cannot see him as we have made some camera-related changes over the last couple weeks. Last week and this week too.
They were crying and shit.
I was dying laughing at some of the comments. Listen,
Dude's
man.
like, I'm out of here. I was like, well, get the fuck out of here. Like, peace.
He was like, you need the foot freaks. No, we don't.
We don't need
No, we don't. We
I was unpleasantly surprised by how little it affected our subscribership.
Unpleasantly?
Unpleasantly.
You wanted it to go down more?
I thought we should.
No.
I thought based on the amount of people that would only watch for our feet, because that influx.
I was hoping it would just attract some, like, female viewership because we're now closer to our faces, and then our subscriber count would
what does that say about our faces?
So it's comparable to feet is what you're saying.
I don't know anymore.
Huh.
I don't even know.
Welcome to the
I don't
show.
know what's real, man.
Welcome to the show, everybody. You know, hit that subscribe button since we're talking about the subscribership. And follow us everywhere where we can be found, which is pretty much anywhere that you go on the web at this point.
Yeah.
Type us into Google, Kasson Avenue Podcast, and we'll just pop up everywhere.
Yeah, because there's only like one of us. Also, we do have a Patreon.
We do have that.
If you're not aware what that is, it is a paid subscribership. Is that what that is? A membership? Or either way, you pay.
I don't think a subscribership
and then you get some
is really
more
a word.
content.
Yeah, that's the idea. Basically, content for a cost, essentially. Or you can just give us some money. You can use that too.
Give us money.
I keep it on a jar on top of my fridge. I'd like to put some more in that jar.
That's where you come in.
But yeah, welcome. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their weekend. It's Tuesday by the time you get this, so hopefully you enjoyed your weekend.
Yeah, we're recording this All-Star weekend.
All-Star weekend.
Day of All-Star game, but we're actually recording before it.
Yeah, and Osama don't really give a fuck about the game.
Yeah, I don't care anymore. That shit doesn't. It's a trash weekend nowadays. Like,
we were talking about the dunk contest a little bit before we started this, and
you know that the dunk contest has fallen off when they have to invite a G League player and then he wins it.
I said that the reason that the dunk contest isn't as exciting as you would like it to be is because people like your buddy LeBron just refuse to participate because. My fingernails. I don't want to break one on the rim.
I mean, it took Josh said it would take him a billion views or a billion likes before he'd do it.
That's the problem with this new generation of players.
Yeah,
you know?
I disagree with that wholeheartedly. I think that
get your bitch ass in there and participate in the weekend festivities that are supposed to celebrate your whole.
I honestly think it should become part of a contract negotiation. A bargaining chip, if you will.
Why don't they look at it as an honor to be invited? That's what I don't get.
All right, so
is it not that?
Let's try to see it from the perspective of them, right? In your job, if they were to give you a week off, or you have to go compete in some picnic shit that they created, right? That's the equivalent of like a corporate.
Not really.
Yeah, it is.
Not.
The corporate.
The whole weekend is a party where all the celebrities come out. Everybody comes out. The top players in your profession come out. The people who are the most flashy dunkers come out for the dunk contest. The people who hit the most 3-pointers come out.
You get 9 days off.
Historically, the people who would come out for 3-point contests are the most 3-point shooting making motherfuckers in the league. Like, it's supposed to be a celebration of everybody's top tier athletics. All-Star weekend.
You're right. I believe that they should take part in it. But, devil's advocate, you're not taking those 9 days and just heading off to some warm climate and just kicking it?
No, because you have an off season to do that. It's basketball season. Stay focused.
Yeah, but I mean, true.
Unless you're about to, like, your baby mama's about to give birth. What are you doing?
I get it. I'm not saying you're wrong.
And
I
even
think
then,
you should participate.
put her ass in a hotel or a hospital in whatever state All-Star Weekend's in.
I told you, I think that they should make it part of the contract. All right, yes, you will make this much, but if you don't go to All-Star Weekend, we will dock your pay this amount. Or if you go, you stand the chance of getting a bonus on top of your pay. Something along those lines that
Do they not
makes
pay them to participate?
I don't know, and I don't care. I'm saying that there should be an
Well,
incentive.
I mean, like, clearly that would be an incentive.
But it seems like there's no incentive.
There's
It
no
seems
incentive
like
like
it
money.
seems like you're invited. You want to come? I don't think that that's going to get them there. I think you have to say at the beginning of the day, right? A beginning of the contract. Hey, it's like going into work and then like 2 hours later, oh, by the way, you got to do this and stay late. Like, what, bitch?
But that's not the
you know that's
equivalent.
it. But it's a job.
And
Nonetheless.
let me tell you something.
We
If my
have to
job-
relate it to what
If
us
my
normal
job,
folk do.
if my job paid me, let's say, a mandatory minimum of $600K per season, my man's, I am in
I think
there.
it's much more than that.
I think the rookie minimum is
I
like
think
600,000
no,
per.
I think
for.
The league minimum is different. It doesn't matter what the rookie minimum is. There's a league minimum.
All right, well then, whatever. That just broadens my point. If my job was paying me the amount of money that the lowest NBA player is paid, you can get me to come to pretty much anything. You know. Oh, you want me to serve drinks at the company orgy? I got you. Let's go. You're gonna fucking pay me $1 million to do this shit.
Okay, so league minimum is just over $1 million. $1,017,000.
I'm going. Put me on the team. The team
And I think it goes by years of experience. So 2 years in, you get up. It goes to 1.6. I mean, 1 year 1.6, 2 years 1.8. So that biggest jump is the first one to the second year. And no, the biggest jump is probably your broke ass going from wherever you're doing to playing in the NBA.
Word.
I think that's really what it is. You lose hunger, just like anything else.
John Moran just started.
Maybe he got something else he want to do.
No.
You know?
No. Get your little punk ass. Put the guns away. Stop talking about being a thug.
Yeah,
and bring your
that's
bitch
a little
ass
much.
over to the
Like, you're
thing.
doing too much, Ja. No, I think that you're right. They should definitely have some sort of. It should be mandatory, I think. Right? Okay, listen. You understand that with your celebrity and the top tier type of player you are comes a
And the amount
responsibility for the league to then take part and bring and be the face of the league that you
The
are
amount
in
of
other
money,
aspects of things.
The amount of money that it costs for a fan to buy a ticket to come and see that shit is because they want to come and see
Right.
the best in the
Agreed.
league. That alone is enough. Bring your ass here.
You enjoy the other benefits, right? Like of being the face of the league. You should also have to make it a point to, I don't know, just reciprocate in a sense.
I'm not asking you to come and mop up the court. I'm asking you to come here and
It's only bigger. It's only better for you. The more the bigger faces come to these type of events, the larger.
The more Panini's going to ask you to come and sign a bunch of cards.
the NBA's face or the NBA's image grows because again, it's only increasingly gotten worse. Is that you? Oh, that's him beating the shit out that bone. It's only increasingly gotten worse since in the last, I don't know, decade or so. I think that you got to make some of these larger tier players actually take part. Steph, listen, you want to shoot the best in the league this year? You got to come prove it in the All-Star game. It comes with it.
It shouldn't even be that. You have been the best shooter in the league.
You don't
this
think
year.
that should
We
should
want
be a
you to come
criteria?
over.
No.
I don't think it should. Look, you during the course of this season to this point, halfway point or a little bit past that, whatever, you have been one of the most outstanding shooters that we have. We want you to come here and join the 3-point contest and put it to your resume.
But I
The
think
part
if
of
they
the
don't
part of the
want
recording
to,
that we weren't able to get last week because of my fucking camera thing, we were reading at the bottom of the 10 of the Jordan. Dunk champion is on the bottom of that shit.
it hasn't.
It used to be
Steph is taking part in the 3-point contest.
yeah, he
though.
is, but it used to be like a badge of honor.
I think you should. Here's my thing. I think it should be a minimum of required appearances in the All-Star game for your whatever you want to call it, and also I know it sounds kind of weird, but I think my idea of it, at least for shooting, like shooting type of events, especially the 3-point contest, for instance, is that you should make it a point to pick the players who are shooting the best. It's not up to you. You've shot first, second, and third, and fourth in 3-point shooting this year. You've got to come and you have to.
But see, I don't even like that. I don't want it to necessarily be that it's a requirement. I want it to be that you are excited to come and participate.
It should be a foregone conclusion, so it has to be. It shouldn't be an option.
I just don't understand why they don't want to. Like, I need to hear a good reason why. Like, for instance, a good reason that LeBron doesn't want to be in the dunk contest. Give me one good reason.
I don't know if he ever gave that reason, but you're
He said
right.
he's an in-game
I don't think
dunker.
that I don't
You
think that
do
should matter.
360s on the court and shit. Like,
Here's my thing. I don't think any of that should matter. I think it should literally come down to, hey, honestly, you want to come in to be an All-Star game, that's cool, but it's mandatory to take place in one event every year. You just have to. Why wouldn't we require
because there's not enough room for everybody.
The marquee players are going to take part in certain things, right? Okay, LeBron, you've and until you've exhausted each one, then you could stop. So you come and be an All-Star, and for every year you have to at least check that box. And if you haven't, it's like in college, right? You have the requirements of your specific major. Well, here in the NBA,
prerequisites,
right? So we're gonna say you have to take part in a dunk contest once. You have to, and after that, if you don't feel like taking part in that, and you choose that's not something you want to do, that's fine. But you have to do it at least once. Same thing for, a 3-point contest. If you really are a shooter, right? Maybe if it doesn't apply, that's fine. If you can't dunk, we're not gonna make you. Well, that's the thing. That would be great.
That's why I'm saying, like,
we're gonna need all of the people.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it needs to be a requirement, but it should be something that you're excited about when you get, like, oh, they want me to be in dunk contest this year. Like, unless I have,
it should be a requirement.
Unless there's extenuating, it shouldn't be. It should be. It shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to.
Because you're happy to be an All-Star. You're happy to be an. I get it, but if you already know that if there's no thought that I can contest the idea of being there, then there's no thoughts of that in the beginning of the season. You're just
but you're not a prisoner.
Then you maybe look forward to it. You're a prisoner of a contract.
Yeah, different. I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
I think it should be looked at as something different.
You're more than happy to be an All-Star. You're more than happy to be an All-Star.
There's a grouping of players who are excited and have fun when they go to these things, and then there's ones that just refuse to participate. Like, it's a fucking burden to you.
Well, then you got to make them. You got to make them.
Remember when Derrick Rose did the skills challenge?
But I'm saying,
as fans of Derrick Rose, watching him, he was having a good time. We were having a good time.
But I have said that there should be a limit. 2 years. Right? And yes, I enjoyed when Derrick did it. That'd have been great. Derrick could have taken part in the dunk contest, but maybe that would have taken. Here's the thing about that. Derrick hurt his knee on a non-contact, right? Dunking just for fun is cool and all, but what happens if you accidentally hurt yourself? Just devil's advocate. I could see why they don't want to go. It's kind of like the Pro Bowl. Before this year, right?
Yeah, but that's much different.
They just changed the format, right? Now it's the Pro Bowl games or some shit.
Some shit like that.
I don't think it is smart to have another football game for no reason.
Way different though, because all those players who refuse to participate in like the All-Star Weekend festivities, they'll join the All-Star game without an issue.
I'm saying that's true.
That's the only physical contact
that was just my
you're really
argument.
having.
I was playing devil's advocate with that, but I told you that was my argument. If you're willing to take part in the All-Star game, then you should be willing to take part in All-Star festivities.
I don't know, it drives me nuts. Anyway, shout out to the winner of the dunk contest. I don't really even know who participated in the 3-point contest. I didn't watch that.
Do you know the guy that won the dunk contest? His name is Mac McLean.
Yeah, I knew it was Mac. I didn't.
He's like a
G League guy.
He's like a social media dunker. Played in college. Or high school, I don't remember exactly, and now he's in the G League. That's how you know that your event has become less entertaining to folks, less of a draw because
your biggest stars refuse to participate.
Right, and that's what we've been just discussing. But I'm saying the idea that it's dropped off.
If you have those stars, then that event is cured.
It's different. But it's not, and that's how I say how I'm saying it's dropped off because you had to exhaust all options and then go to the place that you throw everybody you don't want in your league, and then on top of that, the motherfucker wins the damn contest, and now
listen, it doesn't matter.
Hey, wait,
he had some good dunks.
We're forgetting something. There were other NBA players in that competition that lost to a G League player.
Well, they should
they automatically lose their position in the league to him?
No, because it's not an all-around skill challenge. It's just a dunk contest. So.
Well, obviously he's got more skill than that, more athletic than that. He did a 540.
But we already know that athleticism and like actual ability on the court are two different things. You can be athetic and not be a good
but we're not
player.
talking about him going against like the top dunkers in the league. He went up against some players that there's probably a fine line. There's probably a fine line between them and the G League.
Actually, if I heard them correctly, he does have like a 10-day for Philly or something like that. So
after that dunk,
no, like before.
He has. He's played in the
No,
league.
he has one.
I
now,
think
like
he's played
active.
for.
He's got like an active Philly 10-day, I think.
Oh, word. Yeah. That's cool. I mean, listen. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just spitballing here. Do they?
I'm not gonna be mad
Should
at
we
it.
make it? There should be incentives.
I'm not gonna be mad at it. It should be an entertaining weekend for the fans. It should be fun for the players. Everybody should be there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it should. But I think there's a thing to. Dude, if you don't get your little bony back up. Hey, go. Nasty ass. Sitting there. I think that there is reason to believe that you should make them know that there's no option, right? Before you have the option of saying no to an all-star any event besides being an all-star, you should have to exhaust all of the boxes that we're talking about. Play in the game, that's cool. But if you got to, if
But not everybody who plays in the game.
if you're invited to the rookie sophomore game, you got to play. If you're invited to the, you know what I'm saying? If you're invited to be in the dunk contest once and you haven't done it yet, then you got to do it. Once you've done it once, we appreciate it. Thank you. You've done your part, but you also have to do that part to be thanked and then allowed.
I think you get sketchy there.
God damn.
It becomes like a weird thing if you start to do it that way, where you force people to do it. But again, it shouldn't have to be about twisting your arm. You should want to come and do that because this is what you do with you. This is what you work for. You know what I mean? Like, it's supposed to be an honor to, like, if you're in baseball, you want to go to the home run derby. That means that you're good at hitting home runs, and the fans want to come and see you. Go ahead. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but whatever.
You know so I actually had the thought. I was watching something on YouTube about it's this channel I watched, and they were looking at the toolbox that would be used in like a Formula One type of a race, right? To change tires and to jack the car up. Some of these tools are crazy. Got me thinking at home, right? Sitting there and just like, you know what? It's a lot of like technology used in racing, right? So, you know, these cars pull up, they change the tires in like 4 seconds, they give it the gas it needs to get, and it's out. I think, personally, that they should make you use all manual tools in racing, right? You should have scissor jacks. Okay, you should have just like a normal pancake compressor, okay, like we use for detailing. You should have.
But it's about being fast and high octane.
I know, but it would be funnier.
Slow down everything.
It would be much funnier, and there would be
Those are already 4-hour races. Like, no thanks.
25 minutes later, because even the gas, when they pump the gas, it can do like 3 gallons a
What's
second.
the average amount of pit stops that they make? Like, let's say the Daytona.
That's
500
true.
right? Like,
That's a good point. The 500 would take 500 days. It would be ridiculous.
no, that's way too many.
Yeah, but I think it would be pretty funny.
Tires are bald every lap and shit.
Or maybe you only get a certain amount of like actual like. Maybe if you got to do 5 pit stops, you get 2 pit stops with all the technology. The other ones are you have to jack it up and right like
there's like
use like a red little can to put gas in it.
and you have to get out and do it yourself. Like if you had to do more than 2 pit stops, you got to take care of this on your own.
I tell you what, a lot less people will race.
Frankie Muniz is a racer now.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's been a racer for a long time.
But he's like officially
a NASCAR racer.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Malcolm in the Middle is a racer. He's a racer in the middle now.
Calling him Malcolm in the Middle is definitely like how Peter would refer to him in Family Guy.
Yeah.
Hey, that's Malcolm in the Middle.
Like, actually, my name is Frankie Muniz, but I appreciate it. Okay, Malcolm.
Oh man. So I didn't write down the questions, but do you want to do a quick little lightning round?
Yeah,
get
Adam
to know
came
who
up
you
with
are?
some shit like and didn't tell me about it till just about 10 minutes
Well, it's
ago.
fun. It's better that way, you know.
Okay, well, that's cool. Go ahead and introduce your topic.
Yeah, so I mean, listen, we're 169 episodes, which is always gonna make me laugh because 69 is in there. But you know, like get to know your host lightning round type of thing, right? Like I know him, but I don't. These are questions maybe I don't even know the answers to. Some of them that I will.
Okay, well, I guess do I get
Most
to
of
ask you the same thing, or
If
do
you
just
want,
ask me?
if you want, but I don't have it written down. So
This
it's
is the
gonna be
type
like
of
off the top.
topic that's going to take the rest of the podcast.
Well, it's only because of you. It would only work that way.
You can't introduce
This is why-
topics that I have things to talk about with.
When we start talking
and
about
then-
like
with your little foggy glasses. Can you even see me?
I can't. It's only in the corner up there, you know, my eyes. But when we start talking about like,
Is that what like
the
astigmatism feels like when
No.
you're looking?
This is what, when we talk about like other
that
people's
fog
content,
up in my eyes.
when we start talking about other people's content and the type of things that they do and how we can probably like work that in our own shit, It doesn't work because you can't stay on topic.
I stay on the topic long enough to change topics eventually.
That doesn't make any sense at all. I'm not gonna lie.
I got that. I've been sending you those would you rather's and shit. We're about to get to that. Adam was supposed to post a sneaker video this week, and then he fucked up.
It's not at all what happened. Basically, what happened was we had
That's not even remotely how it went.
we had a separate pod. Obviously, last week we didn't end this pod with sneakers because we had a separate recording for that, and there was not enough room left on the SD card in the camera, so it just shut off on its own. And so it wouldn't.
So none of that can. Be
I don't know, because when I turned on the camera with the thing in there today, it said like recovering something, and then it said recovery complete. So maybe it'll allow me to do it. I'll check it out. And
always fucking up.
If it works, then
well,
I'll put
this
it out.
week we'll do it, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were telling me I had something on my face. You
No,
looked at me
I
like
was scratching my face.
it's like the universal symbol of hey, dude, there's something right here.
Yeah.
You ever try to tell somebody and they're just in the middle? You'd be like, hey, and they're just not listening, and they just say fuck it, let them talk with their with spinach on their tooth.
It's true. We gotta do it sometimes. I mean,
you ever get mad at somebody like, dude, we've been walking around all day like this. We ate 4 hours ago. You didn't tell me there was something in the middle of my teeth?
I mean, I haven't been in that situation too many times, to be honest.
Okay, well, hey.
I don't have a whole lot of recollection of, oh, you got something in your teeth, bro. It's not really a thing.
You've never been in that situation.
I mean, I'm sure I have.
Nobody's ever told you?
No.
You've never told somebody it?
Oh, I definitely have.
Well, how many times?
Not many. Man, I don't really.
So you don't be looking out like that?
I'm
telling me
I don't
that
be
you're
in
a
people's
piece of
mouths
shit?
like that, you know?
Huh?
I don't be in people's mouths like that.
Pause, dude.
Yeah, pause for sure. But I don't. It's not what I do.
Well, you talk to
I ain't a
people.
dentist.
So, like I'm saying,
like,
you're a piece of shit. Then basically,
supposed to look people in the eyes.
So you're a
not
piece of shit, is what you're saying.
No.
Somebody's just sitting there and they got something.
I mean, I'm sure in some people's eyes I'm a piece of shit, but whatever.
I mean,
fuck those people.
No, even in you know you're a piece of shit.
Nah.
Well, how come you don't tell people about the stuff on their teeth?
What he's saying, Pineapple Express. He's like, I feel like I'm actually a pretty nice guy.
I mean, that's probably true, but if you don't tell people they got something in your teeth, you're kind of a piece of shit. What if they got something important to do later, right after they talk to you? And now maybe they got the interview of their life.
Maybe they
and
should
the
have.
person and before the interview, the interviewees or yours were like, "Hey man, if this guy has something in his teeth, fuck him. We're not even gonna give him this job."
So they didn't even hit
and
the
he
bathroom
comes in
between that time. They just like went from wherever we were at, and then they went to the.
They had no time. You took up their time talking to them, but wouldn't tell them enough about
It's not true, man. People take up my time talking to me. I don't waste people's time like that. Only here do we talk that much.
In my story, am I telling you right now that what you did is you fucked that guy?
Pause, bro. What the fuck? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but not at me, man. Not me.
Okay. Well, ask me the questions you said you wanted to ask.
I don't have any particular. I told you I didn't write it down, so it's all just off the fly type of thing.
I'd like to address the fact that these are almost the same, but they're not the same color. Like
the
it's
ones that
so
you had
close.
on last week?
It's so close, huh?
As the ones you had on last week?
No,
Oh, they're not a complete set.
it's almost a complete set.
Oh.
Like I bought these pants.
I bought some shoes.
No. What happened was I bought these here pants, and then Vivi bought me this here sweater, and they kind of matched. And here we are.
Did she do that on purpose? Because she's like, oh, I know he has these pants. And she's like, oh, this is the sweater that matches the pants.
I mean, I think
and then
it was
she got him home, and she was like, oh, those are not the
just a
pants
shot in the
sweater.
dark. No, I think a shot in the dark. I have plenty different tones of sweatpants.
Let's see.
You know.
All right. Let's do a lightning round real fast. You know. All right. And most of these are gonna be one-word answers. Some of them
One word? I have to do. Dude, you didn't. Tell
yes
me
or
that.
no or one word. It's just about you. It should be really easy. Your preferences, essentially.
Yeah, but that's not as fun as just giving you answers and why. All right, go ahead. Ask these
All
questions.
right, let's not do this then. Forget it.
Ask the questions.
You make it so terrible.
All right, ask the questions.
Why do you want to give like a if-then statement?
Because some things need some context.
Do they though?
Yes, 100%.
All right. You ready then?
Yeah.
All right. What is your detergent of choice for clothes?
Oh, I like Gain.
Gain.
Yeah, it smells good.
Okay.
You ever like put your laundry on, right? Like, you know, like.
We're never gonna get through.
No,
this.
we probably won't.
It's like when they try to do quick time with slime on Drink Champs, and it's never quick.
It's never quick time. It's slow time with slime.
Whatever moves slower than that.
Yeah. No, you ever put your laundry on and you get a whiff of like the nice detergent smell? I like Gain. It's good.
Okay.
What about you?
Oh, we're gonna do back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Dick. Make
I-
me give all this information.
I like
up.
Tide.
Tide.
Tide is my.
You're whack.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You separate your dark colors from your whites.
I separate my whites from darks and colors.
Do you believe in laundry segregation?
Laundry is racist. Laundry is really racist. That might have to be today's title. Laundry is racist. You got to separate them all. If you don't, they bleed into it.
Nah, man, that's only the first wash. You know,
I don't believe that.
like when I washed these jeans the first time when I first put them in there.
Everything that came out with.
No. Well, first of all, I put them with all the
no,
darks.
I have blue everything.
I put them with all the dark colored things, and then ever since then, I don't separate every wash.
I know your method is just everything goes in there.
I also don't have very many white clothing.
You strike me as somebody that doesn't have many clothings.
No, I got a closet.
How many
full
pairs of pants you got? 2. How many shirts? 7.
Actually,
Socks? 4. That's in total.
The
with
pants are
singles.
probably pretty close, but the shirts I got like 137.
That's a lot.
It's much more accurate than your 7.
Yeah, that's that's too specific for it to be wrong.
Well, I didn't actually count them, but the whole closet from side to side is pretty much full of shirts. So.
Okay.
Coke or Pepsi
It's Coke all day.
or RC.
In certain situations, yes.
If they don't have Coke, will you settle for Pepsi,
Yeah.
or will you go Sierra Mist or Sprite?
Sierra Mist is like Sierra Mist tastes like
Watered down Sprite. It's tastes
like Sprite.
like somebody missed a step in the process.
Sierra Mist is kind of like Sprite with BO.
It's like somebody missed a step in the process of creating the Sprite.
Yeah, there's not the. Even Sprite don't have that anymore with their little clear ass bottle.
It's like the fountain drink. They didn't put the syrup in.
Yeah, that seltzer
It's
water.
all
Shit.
just seltzer
It's just nasty.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
Oh, but you didn't give me. I didn't tell you about the clothing separation. We only talked about yours. Mine.
I thought you said that you did.
So so this is funny because Vivi didn't know, right? She was like, so I'm watching her separate, and it's like literally darks, coloreds, and then whites, right? I'm like,
It's basically America in the 40s, you know?
basically America.
Ain't that America?
So she was shocked to find that the colors and the darks get along well. So I let them go and do their own thing. But the whites got to be washed by themselves. They don't play together. They don't play well. Is laundry a metaphor for life? Those whites, they don't play well with other people.
See, if you wash them all in cold water, then they all blend. The colors don't blend.
Because when it's cold, nobody's mad at anybody else. They're just scared they're going to die.
It's like the conversation we were having last week. Crime is much different when it's cold outside.
It is. You really got to hate a motherfucker to go after them in the cold.
You do, because you don't want to have to bundle up. You can't run as fast. I mean,
No, that's really true too.
Yeah.
But I do think there's something
and
to be
boots
said
compared
about
to like sneakers, you know?
yeah.
You can't jump a fence. You can't even get your foot in the
No,
little
like I
diamond
said, you
shape
got to
thing.
be sure. Your plan's got to be hashed out.
Yeah,
You got to make sure the weather's good.
You got to like cut a hole in the side of the fence before you get going, so you have an escape route.
You get
know?
a call, you be like, "Yeah, what up?" Be like, "Yeah, we on for the night. Hold on. Snowing. Abort."
Hit you up in a couple weeks.
It's
Supposed to be springtime.
Look like it's about to be snowing for the next couple of weeks. That's bad for business.
Groundhog's Day to like another 6 weeks. Winter time, so
Groundhog didn't see his shadow, so we're gonna push that back
hit
to
you
about
back in
May.
April.
To about May. Yeah, no, but so Vivi was shocked to learn that I thought that colors and darks get together a lot better than whites. Whites they try to steal your
It
flavor.
depends though, because like
see
if
what
you have a
whites
dark
do?
blue that leaks onto like a red shirt, that's still gonna make a difference.
White clothes, when washed with others, try to steal their flavor, their color. You see that shit?
I ain't Pete, but now I Pete.
Laundry's racist, dude.
Laundry is racist.
I'm not even gonna wear-
And white clothes are white kids.
I ain't even gonna wear no more white clothes.
White clothes are like the white kids.
As I wear a very light sweatsuit.
Well, I mean, it's like a cream.
It's like a cream. I think this is bone, as they call it. Heather, maybe.
It's bone. Saying it like that for a reason, just hilarious.
But laundry seems to be racist the more I think about it. Fucking white clothing, stealing all of the dark clothing's flavor. Can't even say it. I can't even say it. I'm
I'd like
so
to rename
angry.
this whole thing. It's definitely not a lightning round, you know. But although there is some thunder.
There is some realizations going on, though. Tell me you didn't think that.
Word, I didn't.
Before this, you weren't thinking about racist laundry?
I didn't think about that at all.
No.
At all.
Now it's a thing.
All right.
And if we see you guys talking about it outside of here, we know you got the racist laundry idea right here from the Kasson Avenue podcast.
Patent pending. Snapbacks or fitteds?
I like both.
It's a real PC answer.
I'm bihatual.
Should have definitely had some shot glasses here to make you do what they do. Take a shot if you choose the PC answer.
No, I do like both. You see, I have both. You've watched me wear them.
That's great, but you clearly have to have a preference.
Depends on the event and the day.
For our podcast, for instance.
I tend to probably wear more fitteds. But I do, motherfucker. We got 169 episodes at it, including today. I think I've worn a hat on probably 80% of them. You can see what I wear. It's been different. Depends on the day. I actually
how can they really tell unless you have your hat backwards?
Because I wear my hat backwards a lot during the podcast.
You have it forwards right now.
Look here, motherfucker. All right? You're going to stop attacking me in my hat a bit. Okay, so I am actually kind of sad. One of my favorite snapbacks, I went to go adjust it the other day, and you know how...
The one with the flowers on it or whatever?
No. That one's like... I like... My favorite kind of like... There's a certain type of hat I really do like. But it has to be of a certain quality. But I like the adjustable straps. Right, like I like those type of hats. No, actual snapback. One of my bulls, I went to go adjust it, and you know how after some time it pulled them out. I was like, no! If this was a Spanish channel, ¿por qué?
You gave him the Marlin. Why,
Lord? He was so young. All right, yeah, he was. It was an old hat, but I was still pretty sad about it.
Okay, well, I'm fitted most of the way. You know what I mean? Because like usually my hair on top is a little bit longer, and then the hair like poofs through the little thing. If I put it backwards, for instance,
you don't wear your hats backwards like that, right?
I wear them backwards, but like not snapback. I don't really care to have snapback.
Do you ever consider the people that hats don't look good on? So listen,
the hat's supposed to hide you when you're ugly. It's like the paper. It has the brown paper bag effect.
One of my best friends in the world, right? My brother Max. He always claims hats don't look right on him. And I love the man, but I've seen him put a fitted on. They just don't work well with his head.
There's different kinds of hats for different kinds of heads. You know, like maybe he looks better in a Kangol.
Yeah, but is Kangol really a hat?
Maybe he should put a cowboy hat.
I want a cowboy hat.
Why?
I don't know.
Like one of them Bruce Springsteen.
I think if I go down, if I were to go on vacation to like a
Garth Brooks. What is that little like leather belt they put around the thing?
I don't know. I think that's just part of the
suede buckle.
Yeah, the fashion of it. It kind of looks like a.
So
it kind of looks like a pilgrim hat.
Is that supposed to match the belt that you have on your pants?
You're asking questions I can't even give an answer for you. So how about you start asking the questions you were talking about before?
Because you interrupt me after all of them, so now I'm just having fun with it.
All right, well, that's fine.
Kobe or LeBron? Respect to both of them. Less respect to LeBron than Kobe.
Oh, damn it! I know you're gonna pick Kobe. I probably. So
how are you gonna say
are we talking about overall, or just like personal preference?
Personal preference is what this is about. Getting to know you, man.
Because I'm more of a Michael Jordan.
No, great.
Well, my reasoning is.
Just choose one first.
It's Kobe because of the type of mentality that Kobe had. I just liked, and that's a different era for me. That was a specific era of the NBA I enjoyed more than I do now. So that's how my answer goes. No disrespect to LeBron, but I don't think
he's not watching this. Relax.
It'd be nice if somebody would watch this shit.
Good Lord. Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, because of the fact that I hate it. There was a lot of disdain towards Kobe in general when he was in the league. That a lot of that became because of his copycat play to MJ, which when MJ answered the question, Kobe's the only one who could really beat him one-on-one because he took all of his moves. Yep. So he's like, he's the guy that you love to hate. And LeBron, I just really don't enjoy him. So I'll choose Kobe on that as well.
Okay, then.
Let's see here. Let's see what else we got.
Should have written some down if you.
I would say Nike or Adidas, but we already know the answer to that. But go ahead and give it to the people. You know?
Nike.
Okay.
Nike.
And I'm assuming the Jordan brand or Nike. How about that? Because those are technically two separate entities.
So I probably wear more Jordan shoes, but like I think in terms of the brand itself, more Nike stuff. Like if you were to look in my closet, to see like some of my sweatsuits and shit, it's all gonna be Nike.
So aside from your sneakers, there's more Nike branded than Jordan branded
probably
things in your
so,
closet.
Yeah.
That's probably also true for me.
Okay.
But I haven't really went out and like looked for those. A lot of them were gifted to me and shit. You know.
Okay.
Otherwise, bulls. You know,
How long?
bulls is what I have.
How long are your showers? We've talked about this probably.
Probably on the shorter sides of them are like 10 minutes, and the longer side is closer to maybe 20 minutes.
It's a long ass shower. How often do you shower daily?
Yes, most of the time. There are days where I don't, obviously, but yeah.
How often do those days come? Are they more than once a week?
Once or twice a week, I would say.
So you say you would shower probably 85% of the time?
No, I'd say I shower probably like 90.
No, if you're doing
2,
if there's 2 days out of the 7, right? I'm assuming that's like something like 85%,
that's not every week.
80%. Something.
Not
I'm
every
not
week.
good at math.
I said 1 to 2 times.
I'm just
per week.
making these numbers up.
No, I know you're not good at that. No, I'm 1 to 2 times a week. So
Okay.
it's not across the board. What about you? How often is your frequency, and how long?
Of shower? Mm-hmm. I probably shower more than most days is 2 times a day, and probably 8 to 10 minutes of shower.
You feel like you sufficiently wash your whole body in that time?
I do.
Okay. Let's say the days where you are a 1 shower a day person, nighttime or during the day, or morning showers.
Well, I have to be so Monday through Friday. Before I work, I have to shower, and to be honest, after work, gotta shower. So it's almost impossible for me to answer that. I've generally 10 showers in Monday through Friday.
So basically, what I understand is this: even if you didn't have a job with it, made it where you should have a shower at the end of the day, you would take your showers in the morning every day.
Yes, because I just feel like I should wash the sleep must away.
See,
if you will.
I have similar reasoning as to why I prefer nighttime showers. Because I try to wash the
You
funk
don't
of the
work
day off.
with anybody.
Yes, but
You could be as
I
you know,
prefer to wash.
Adam.
I prefer to wash the funk of the day off me before I get in my bed.
Yeah, I get it, but I would probably do the same thing. But I'm just telling you for sure, morning shower. Based on what I feel like in the afternoon, that might change. But for my job right now, I'm taking that second
Well, that's
shower.
why I said to take yourself out of the job that you're in right now.
It's hard to do.
All right. On a related note, what is the frequency with which you wash your sheets?
It's a difficult question to answer, sir.
Why?
I think I have multiple. We have multiple like sets, so you just change them out. So
How often?
it depends. Depends.
Okay, give me the short side and the long side.
It could be every couple weeks, maybe, or a little longer, depending. I mean, how freaky I've been getting, I don't know.
No, see, I definitely try to aim for once a week.
It's a good practice. I've been trying to do. So listen, I've been trying to be more and more of that, like,
Clean.
well, I'm clean, bitch, but I'm fucking talking about like actually trying to. What's the word? I guess self-care. Like I've been trying to talk about a lot. You know, I've been going that route, but I've been trying to do it more blatantly and actively, like weekly. So like tonight, I'll probably end up like dusting like I'll do it because like I prefer like Vivi will do it, but she won't do it every like she'll get caught in some sort of other madness. So I'll be like, all right, my thing every week. I'm at least my room. I just dust where the TV's at, dust the nightstand, and I dust the headboard, and that's that's what I like to do on Sunday nights, right? And then ideally you'll change the sheets out, you know. Problem is,
Okay.
I like to like I like a larger blanket than my bed is. Does that make sense?
Of course, you're supposed to have that.
I like a blanket that's bigger than the mattress that I
I
sleep
mean,
on.
if you had a queen size bed and you had a full size blanket, that would make any sense. So doing the other way around, or having one that's just bigger in general,
yeah, I think
pause are applicable.
yeah. So I got a big king size blanket, right? It's a heavy bitch, like a heavier joint for the winter. But trying to wash it and dry it, it's like a day thing because the dryer be like, oh, this thing's big, gonna stop.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, you wanna have a big ass boss style fucking blanket. We gotta pay the cost to have the boss. Something like that.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Okay. Well, yeah, I wash the sheets more frequently than I wash the blanket, probably, which is kind of a weird thing, I guess. Probably both be around
at the same time, or
But it's hard because, again, like you said, it's like to wash the sheets and the blanket in the same day. That's the entire day because the dryer is back and forth.
The dryer.
Because you don't want to put it on like the same heat as when you wash your clothes because you don't want to like fuck the blanket up. You know.
Yeah, and mine just like my dryer is like a smart dryer, but it's kind of stupid, right?
One
It's
of them
like,
smart dumb joints.
Yeah,
All
it's dumb as hell because it'd be like trying to like tell me, oh, I like it tries to catch some things like, oh, we shouldn't be drying this right now, and it'll stop. Like, bitch, what did you do? I'll go down there an hour later and it should be warm. It should be cold and wet. Like, oh, this is what she said.
All right, I know you not to play any instruments, but if you did play an instrument, which would you choose to learn?
I think either the piano or the guitar.
The piano. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, these keys inspired you.
Because piano is the best way to learn how to read music for other instruments.
Interesting.
And the guitar is
that a fact?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the guitar is.
You learned that shit.
I don't know. I hate when people say that. I'm like, bitch, I don't know. 37 years in, at some point. Fucker.
I mean, you could have just heard it from some random motherfucker.
Where'd you hear that shit, huh?
You could just heard it from some random person who ain't actually know what they were saying.
I've heard it at some point in my life from somebody I knew what they were talking about.
Okay. Would they play the piano?
Dude, I don't.
Well, hey, listen, man.
But
I was going to make this a fast question thing, and you're the one who decided you wanted to have a discussion in between each. So now you're going to get the tomfoolery, all right? And just live with it.
Fuck you, Tom.
Okay.
Fuck Tom and your foolery.
All right. Well, clearly I have a drum set, and I need to...
You don't do anything with that shit.
I do a little bit. It's just the problem. It's like really kitty-cornered in here. This room is too multi-purposed. And... because I'm in a townhouse, I don't want to make too much noise back and forth. Like there's a dude across the street.
If this house was in like a city, would it be a city house? Or in like a village, would it be a village house?
Is a city still technically a town?
If it was in a like a place in like Africa, would it be like a hut house?
Well, that's
what I'm getting at
that's
is
profiling. You know?
What I'm getting at is is it only a townhouse because you're in a town?
It's a townhouse because it's connected to the other house.
Do they have townhouses in the city?
Looks like the one next to it.
All these questions I'm just asking because I just always, you know how we are here. We evaluate the way words are and where they come from.
I think the townhouse part is because the walls are essentially connected to the one next door and they look alike, you know?
That doesn't mean anything to me. I'm going to look at the origin of townhouse.
I don't know what to tell you, man, you know? Favorite brand of bottled water?
I just recently learned that Essentia is bullshit and that you don't need to go out of your way to continuously drink alkaline water. My doctor told me that. So any of you guys, your doctor's telling you things you don't want, he just wants you to buy medication. He didn't prescribe me anything that day, dick.
And it's true, actually. I listened to... what's his name? Joe Rogan had Neil deGrasse Tyson on there, and he was talking about that. He was like, actually bad for you to drink.
Yeah, because you could become too unless you need to be more alkaline, it just makes you too alkaline.
Well, he was saying because basically, like it strips some of the existing nutrients from your body on its way out.
Yeah, you need
and so essentially
you need the
you
stuff
can
that
make
comes
yourself deficient in things.
The nutrients that come in like tap water, you actually need some of those.
Yeah, and he could have been talking about distilled, maybe. I don't know.
The origins of the word townhouse go back to early England, where the term referred to a dwelling, a family. What kind of wording is that? Usually royalty kept in town, meaning London, when their primary residence was in the country.
So that dwelling a family kept in the town.
So they literally were going to their house in the town.
Let's go to our townhouse.
Instead of their country house, which is the house in the country. I guess that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. So how come they like translated it to the kind of neighborhood?
Because
the way we use townhouse, every townhouse association has this type of thing.
Specific type of home.
And you know what makes me really mad about this fucking neighborhood, man? Some people have basements, and I don't have no damn basement.
Yeah, I would want a basement.
I want a basement.
I want a basement.
It's my money, and I want it now.
Yeah, so so there's that.
Okay. Okay. Is there a language that you care to learn for it all?
Arabic. I gotta learn Arabic, man. I've been really wanting to do that.
Did you take Arabic in high school?
I took Arabic. I took one
Espanol?
Arabic in college. One Arabic semester in
You
college.
took Espanol in high school.
Yeah, I didn't do well, but now I know. I think I could get along pretty well with Spanish nowadays.
Well, what makes you think that?
Doesn't seem it's not the hardest language to learn.
Well, it was when you were taking classes.
Yeah, it was because I was in. I mean, everything's hard to learn when you don't listen.
That's a valid point. Valid point. Okay. Trucks or sedans?
Are sedans considered anything with 4 doors, or is it supposed to be full sized? Because a sedan is technically 4 doors. So what I'm saying is Daniel's car, the little Acura, is technically a sedan. Is that what?
I'm thinking anything that's not like a van, truck, or pickup. You know what I mean?
So it could be a compact sedan. I don't like those.
I think if it's coupe,
so are you
coupe as
saying?
well, you know?
So in this question, I can only choose one or the other for the rest of my life.
Uh-huh.
I guess, and I'm gonna say it has to be a full size sedan. Otherwise, I'm picking a truck. I will not. I don't like smaller sedans. They're too. I've had them and they're kind of small.
Okay. I would definitely choose. I mean, just because the way they make the aerodynamics better now, I'm choosing a Jeep style
I get it.
car because they're faster than they used to be, and now they also handle like a sedan does.
True.
Pullovers or zip up hoodies?
Pullovers. I don't like zip up hoodies like that. I have a few. I used to wear them. Now I don't.
Okay. Everybody should know this by.
You know what I hate is like the it starts to bunch up here and like as you dry
What does
them.
the pouch look like in the front, anyways?
Yeah, but there's something about the way the zip up ages that doesn't. It's like it gets like bacon collar, but like everywhere because it's got so many like seams everywhere.
I suppose it could get that way.
That's suppose it does.
Well, that's why you're supposed to wash them zipped up and inside out. Technically.
That's why you get
Technically.
a pullover, and you get it dry cleaned.
I prefer a pullover as well, but there are times where I like the zip. You know.
Never.
Never.
There's never a
Never
time.
ever. Never ever.
Nope. Did you ever own a pair of those snap pants? The ones that like.
I probably had some hand-me-downs.
I had the black ones, so you probably wore those. I used to have those ones, dude.
Like-
they're the
like
worst.
Adidas shits?
I used to hate it. I'd be in high school and like I'd be in like gym class and I'd just be sitting there and literally somebody would come down and just rip it and you'd be like, you motherfucker! It takes 45 minutes to button this fucking thing back up because when they do it completely, it just turns into this like sheet of cloth with buttons and snaps.
The idea of those things is supposed to have your shorts underneath, and you just, when it's game time, you rip them off. You know.
Yeah, but I don't understand why I was wearing them then. I wasn't going into any game. It's not like the only I wasn't going home and like I'm here and just like sitting there and watching TV.
Because when you're a young person who's easily influenced by the people that we watch on TV, they're like, oh, I want to, with a guy who I'm watching on the court right now has those on. I'd like to pair them, and they can market them to you, and then you put them on. You wear them even when it's not necessary. Just how it goes, I think.
You're probably right.
Over-ear headphones or earbuds?
Depends on the situation, my friend. And with that, we're going on break.
Mic, check. How's your mic sounding?
Mic'd.
Are your levels up?
My mic is checked.
Cool, man. Well, we back then. I guess we can call the questions a day.
Yeah, I think it was enough of that.
I think it's good,
Are you mad because I'm asking you 21 questions? Yeah, motherfucker, so stop.
Well, to be fair, I also answered the questions, I think getting to know the hosts, since like we don't invite anybody
We
on,
should have did this
just
on
do that,
Patreon where nobody even watches anyway.
Well, then it would do literally nothing.
I mean, at some point, it hopefully would.
Doesn't matter, whatever. Sometimes
You guys want to know more about the host? Come check us out on Patreon. Could have done that.
We could still do that.
Hey, you guys want to know more about the host? Come Come check us out on Patreon.
Because the questions that we talked about, it didn't really get into like the shits. You know what I mean? We just talked about some surface
I
shit.
hate the shits.
We just talked about some real surface shit. We can talk about how we like our women. We can talk about all the misogynistic shit that we like.
You see what can happen if you guys would just pay us to give more content?
Yeah, we can be offensive. So, before we started the whole pod, you were showing me videos of beekeepers.
Yeah.
And so there was one particular...
If you don't know Adam and insects, they are his arch nemesis.
Yeah. See, that's better. I'll accept
All
that.
insects.
I'll accept that. You would say before, oh, he's afraid of them. No, I'm not afraid of them.
You are afraid of them.
I'm not. I just don't like them.
You're afraid of them.
No.
They're your arch nemesis whom you are afraid of.
All right. In Grandma's Boy.
Yeah.
Remember he walked into the... whatever his name is, he walked into the room where JP was on his little weird computer.
Right.
And he was like, oh, I did, but you think the music was a little loud. And he's like, are you afraid of it? And he's like, no, I just don't like techno. That's how I feel about bugs. It's not like I'm afraid of them.
Yeah, but you'll run away
just don't like
from
them. No.
Yeah, you will.
No.
Yeah, you will.
You're mischaracterizing me.
A bee comes by you right now. You're not running?
What? It depends, man. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like right now, here's the thing. I'm stuck behind a desk. There's only so much room.
Okay, you're walking down the street and a bee comes in like.
I might try to swerve that shit, but I'm not gonna run.
What if he runs? He's like messing with you a little bit.
Well, then yes, if he's chasing me, then I'm gonna run.
Then you're afraid of the bee.
Anybody who doesn't run from something that's chasing him is just a dumb motherfucker, man.
but it depends on what's chasing him. If an ant's chasing you, what are you gonna do? Just run away? Like
how do you know?
Stop.
Excuse me. First of all, how do you know if an ant's chasing you? Do they have like a second gear? Have you ever seen an ant run? What does it look like?
Ants actually, I bet you ants, if you get shrunk down to their level, probably fast as fuck, dude. Fast as fuck, boy.
Nah, yeah, you
they
probably
fast
right.
as fuck, boy.
Word, but like if I take one step, there goes like the entire length of their day. You know.
It's not true. You ever watch ants just like? I think I discussed this one day.
We're getting into the wrong bug. We're here to talk about bees, goddammit, and that's not something I choose to do. Got scared.
Most of the time. He's like, "We're going to talk about the wrong bug."
Yeah, but why would I choose to talk about bees? Which is the ones that you say that I'm most.
You're afraid of all of them. I think if an ant were to walk by,
you're wrong, brother. You're wrong.
Your headphones right now, you would probably jump up and jump out that window.
Not flick it at you.
I'd catch it.
All right, man. Whatever.
I'd catch it, and I would become Ant-Man.
So listen. I think the whole profession of being a beekeeper is like some of the weirdest shit of all time. Like I would never do that shit. You already know. So the question that I was really that sparked the idea that we should have a conversation about it here is who's the first motherfucker to be like, oh, I'm just. It's me. It's because it touches the thing.
Why do you do that?
Because my beard touches
the
this.
Second time this fucking podcast.
When my beard touches the microphone.
You looked at me literally like, and just kept going about your day.
But see, these things are good because
you looked at me like I had something in my beard.
If I didn't have this,
do you understand social cues anymore?
If I didn't have this,
you've been working at home so long that you haven't had to deal with people in life.
What you think is, anytime somebody is touching something on their own body, it's to tell you.
You looked at me like
I think
Adam,
you're the one who
you
doesn't
just
understand
literally
social
looked
cues.
at me like this.
Nah, I moved it down. I thought you would see that it's touching the freaking microphone.
How would I know that?
Anyways,
fucking nut.
Who was the first? What I would believe to you'd have to be a nasty motherfucker to even approach this, right?
Approach what?
But like, why would you go and just eat the honey? You know, like who was the first person to go and eat that?
I told you, dude. You got to put yourself in the mind state of a Neanderthal back then, right?
No, you told me to put
you
my mind state.
You are a Neanderthal, but you should just put your mind state of one back then.
You told me to put myself in the mind state of a basketball player not wanting to be an all-star. You never told me to be a Neanderthal.
No, I told you got to think about what it was like back then. You have like limited things to eat. So
you
when
just start
you come
eating
across
random things?
Yeah. How else do you think it happens? You're gonna starve. You're gonna try this fucking honey.
So now I'm just picturing the scene in Billy Madison when he starts eating paste and he's like,
what's a food you don't like? Broccoli. You don't like broccoli.
It's not a real food. We've been through this. It's made by Monsanto, man. It's genetically modified.
All right, man. Listen, you got it. Whatever you want.
It's science. You can look it up on Google right now. Is broccoli a real food? It's going to be like, no, motherfucker.
We've looked at it.
It will even tell you that.
That's
it will
fine.
say,
okay.
no, motherfucker.
I guess you don't. All right, that's cool. So what you're telling me is you don't see how somebody could look at the honey and be like, that might be something that's edible?
No.
What's edible back then? You don't know, so you got to try.
Well, especially if
I bet you they tried tree bark.
especially if your language hasn't developed beyond. Whoa. You talking about Neanderthals?
I think we're talking about.
motherfuckers grunting. I'm just saying, man.
I can't reason with this, man.
It's when, like we were talking about the chicken and the egg. People talking about, oh, I'm gonna eat a chicken egg. Motherfucker just came out of the chicken's ass, and now you're gonna eat it.
There's something.
I'm just saying, like, there's some kind of. How did you decide that this is what you're gonna do?
I don't see how people can eat chitlins. It's literally the tunnel in which the shit comes out. It's the turnpike for the shit.
It's the same way I feel about like.
It is a bobsled track for the poop.
It seems like one of those things that you would eat in a Fear Factor episode. You know,
Chitlins.
I would put it alongside with the tongue, the testicles, the eyeballs.
What's
just the shit that they make hot dogs with.
Let's say that would you eat brain?
No.
What if it was all that you had to eat?
If there was like some science behind it that made my brain work better, then maybe. But
I've watched.
And what does it taste like?
I've watched some specials on people that like. Okay, so Joe Rogan, we were talking about it. He has a lot of like interesting folks that come out there and check out the podcast or talk on it. Mm-hmm. And there'll be people that have like immersed themselves in tribal cultures in different places around the world, and in that they experience the foods that these tribes eat and the way they hunt for the food. And some of them, they only have...
Eat to live, not living to eat type of thing?
Well, yes. But I think through that, within the culture, they've found the things that they...
The staples, the things
they determined to be...
These are the most palatable. Delicate. They're the more delicious things that we have available to us.
Well, that and delicacies, right? What they determined to be a delicacy based on what was available to them. And this guy was with a tribe that still hunts... And
you see that adjusting my head just now?
Like it?
That sends you a cue to adjust your head.
Dude, shut your mouth. But like he's went and this tribe, they hunt baboon?
Dang.
Chimpanzees? I think baboon.
That's pretty crazy.
Right. This is what they have to
it's pretty gnarly.
That's what they have to like hunt. But like the thing about that is they resemble man so much, and
like, wouldn't the smarter thing do to be like, oh, let me see the type of things that these things are consuming so that I can know what... That's literally what you're supposed to do first of all, right?
Yeah.
You find what nature is living off of, and then you know that those are the things that you can eat.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that their options are so minimal that they have to choose something that seems so extreme to us.
I guess. So
can you imagine yourself back then?
So
Adam, you have to go. Like, remember in Ace Ventura when Nature Calls, he was on that fucking post trying to keep his balance, and he's like, he shook the shit out of it. Like,
I'll add another question to our prior thing.
Okay.
Let's say you were stuck on a desert island after a plane crash. God forbid, right?
Like Tom Hanks?
If you're only...
Or Gilligan.
Like Tom Hanks. But you had a person instead of volleyball. But you were the sole surviving member.
Wait.
If placed in
I had a person instead of a volleyball? So I had two people.
Yeah, it wasn't just you, but it wasn't... Yeah.
So there's
you didn't have a civilization worth of people.
So there's two of us.
It wasn't Gilligan and the skipper two and the millionaire.
So someone was stopping me?
Right. And maybe the skipper,
Sit right back and enjoy the tale of a something ship that started at the something port of this.
That's almost right. What did this turn into a game show?
That's the melody. That's the melody.
No, I know, but it just the way you did it just sounded like.
Well, now I got to start over.
No,
the time.
So the bottom line
Sit
here
right
is,
back and enjoy the tale.
Would you, if forced into the situation,
that was like a Cartman
eat
reference,
human meat to survive?
Oh fuck, man.
Well, you're talking about extreme survival.
I heard Theo Von's strategy on this on Joe Rogan. He's like, I got to get me a little Vietnamese guy, man, because he's like, he'd be smaller than me. So he's like, you can't. I was like, whoa. His reasoning was hilarious. Like, he's thought about this.
That guy's fucking stupid.
Eating a human being?
If you were forced into a survival situation, it's either eat this person or die. Would you even try it? Like there's
I
a
think
Simpsons
it's
episode
hard.
where he accidentally cut off his finger and grilled it, and he ate it, and then he decided
Who?
he really Homer. It's a Treehouse of Horror.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
And so he ended up eating his entire body, cutting it off because it was just so delicious, and he couldn't help himself.
I don't know if I could do. I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I could. And here's why, right?
It would be a difficult thing to get over mentally.
So I was watching Clarkson's Farm. It came back the second season. You've been watching? It's good.
Not yet.
I finished it. It's great. But there's a point, right, where they're trying to make potatoes like but a specific type, and it's the thing that slices it. And he's like, you got to be careful here because you could probably So he cut to the bone like a nice sheet of his thumb off, right? And
It's always when you're trying to tell
when
people
I
not to do
see
it.
that, I'm always just like, when I watch people grate cheese on on cooking shows, I'm just like, stop before it's too late. That shit just fucks with me so much. So I say that to say, I don't know. All right, so there's that movie Alive, right, where the guy goes in there and he cuts a piece of the butt meat off and he chews on it, right? And he walks away.
It takes a while before you get to the bone. You start with the ass, you know?
I don't know where to go from here. So I don't know if I could do that. That seems like a whole nother aspect. So you're on a mountain, right? Okay, so here's what I think.
So your choices are eat it or die.
Yeah. Do you think,
Like, I'm just postponing the inevitable. I'm just going to not eat it. Fuck this shit, man.
would you just jump?
I'm at the top of a mountain?
Yeah, just like, I'm not dealing with this.
No, because it gets wider the lower you go. I'm just going to hit things on the way down.
Yeah,
Fuck
but
that,
you'll be
dude.
dead.
No, not until I hit the first
So
thing.
you'd rather live with the fact that you've eaten that man that's bones are right over here?
No, I'm just chilling at the top.
Just chill, right? Is it worse to be alive, eat them to preserve your living, and then actually make it, and now you got to live with that your whole life, or you just eat to chill for a little bit, then you still die? Then you see him probably sooner if there is a heaven.
Like, I ate you, man.
You ate. You find him and he doesn't have
I'm
it.
fucking shocked. Ate me.
You see him up in heaven and literally he has one less ass cheek.
Like, how am I supposed to sit down now?
Like, what happened to you? What you did down there, I felt up here.
You know, they say your body's just a shell. It's not true.
It's not true. Yo, that would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Yeah, no,
That's why we have to put them underground. Any more playing with them?
just get them in this nice.
Just get us the fuck out of here, man.
Well, then it just opens up a whole morbid conversation about cremation. Let's not go down.
No,
that
I
road.
think you should cremate. At some point, we're just gonna be one big ass cemetery. The world is just gonna be full of just people on the. We're gonna be walking around tombstones on the because this is what they've done. You better start cooking us.
They're gonna start just basically having to pile us on top of each other.
It's weird, man.
Yeah.
If that's the case,
So anyways.
we should have been. They should start burying people at least 18 feet underground.
Right. 6
So
feet
then-
ain't enough.
So now we got like.
But then you got to pay the
now we got like
undertakers like twice. the
Yeah,
amount.
but I mean, at least we can do 3 times the people in one plot. Now it's like
I don't know. Is there science behind the 6 feet deep thing?
The tombstones are like first floor, like, and then you give me like, and now in order to like, it's so I don't know how you what
This
happens.
is how I know I have morbid thoughts about death. 'Cause when we start talking about that,
What happens if 3 people go in to see the person at the same time, and now we're at the same tombstone? It's not a personal moment.
as soon as I hear 6 feet deep, I'm like, have you ever seen a hearse go by thinking that you were the next to die? Remember that?
Where's
shit?
that from again?
I just remember mom.
The ants roll in, the ants roll out. They that in your mouth.
The worms crawl in, worms crawl out.
Did I
They
say
play
ants?
pinochle in your mouth. Yes, you did say ants. You have ants stuck in your
I'm
head.
sure ants do it too.
Well, I don't know. They go down that deep.
I mean, I think so.
Anyway, it's a song that gives you the creeps. See what I'm saying? So you just scratch your jit, and now I'm like, oh, well, what's in my beard now?
Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt to check, but I wasn't doing anything.
You see what I'm saying? Hypocrisy, man.
You're a hypocrisy.
So bottom line is, you're not gonna eat a person. You're just gonna let that shit just. Here's the thing, right? When I think about it, I'm like, everything we do to preserve our health and life is just about longevity, because eventually we all dying. Every living thing on this earth going to see the end of its day at some point or another. So everything we do is just to delay the inevitable. So if I'm already in a life or death situation and I'm like, oh, I either have to eat this person or die, I'm probably just gonna let it go, man. Let me see.
You're not gonna.
I don't know how I got here. I don't know what the odds of me being off are.
Well, what happens if you're just sitting there, right? And you're just like, I'm not gonna eat that.
What if you're on an island like 20 miles off the coast and people go there all the time and shit?
like they come in there like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like we could have just waited. No. What happens if you're sitting there, right? You're in the cockpit of the plane, like I'm not eating those fucking people, man. And you look in the rear view and those people are just feasting, right?
Fucking zombies
Just
back there
eating
now all of a sudden.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it adds a whole nother element.
Now you got dead people that you could have eaten.
Now I at least gotta kill them. Like I gotta cut their heads off or something before they come back to life.
No, I think I'm gonna try to find a way to make the plane like a bobsled or like a toboggan.
Just paddle through the water.
Well, no, if we're on a mountain, I'm gonna try to make it slide down.
Well, I don't know why you have yourself on a mountain.
Well, because this is
how'd you get up there? Did you climb the mountain?
That's where
you
Alive.
get your K2 on, and then all of a sudden
That's where Alive happened. The movie Alive. If we're on a mountain, you know how much easier it is to find things to eat when you're on like an island.
Maybe
that's true, maybe, but it's a lot more likely than to find things where it's fucking cold and barren everywhere.
That's why you gotta.
Even the ass cheek you try to eat is gonna be a frozen ass cheek.
This is why you gotta watch your Man versus Wilds and learn from Bear Grylls what it's okay to eat that you won't get sick from.
Yeah, it's important to know.
Yep.
It's important.
It is.
I don't know that I could eat a person, though. That's kind of like a whole nother level of things.
It's kind of fucked up. Well, before we close things out here, because we do have another segment to get to afterwards, because we talked about zombies very briefly, I Am Legend is going to have a sequel now.
Yep.
With Will Smith and Michael B. Jordan. What do you think? First of all, I don't understand how it's going to work. That's what I thought. He took the pin out of the grenade.
Spoiler alert?
At this point, it's been years. But he took the pin out of the grenade, and he told them, the girl and the kid, to get into the little hatch or whatever. And then he ran at the zombie that wanted to kill him so badly for some reason.
And then they blew
up. And then the whole thing just blew up. So I assumed that he died. And where the fuck? How did Michael B. Jordan get there?
Is it a prequel?
That's the only way I feel like it could work.
Are they
labeled it as a sequel.
Are they like friends on like a basketball team before I Am Legend happened?
Why a basketball team?
I don't know. Were they in a band?
Have you watched the new Fresh Prince thing that they did?
No.
I feel like
I don't watch those.
I feel like how could I get into it?
They said it's good. A lot of people say it's good.
Bel Air, right? There you go.
Yeah.
I feel like it's weird because I can only associate it with Will Smith now.
Yeah, I don't know if I can watch that. I don't think you'll ever catch me.
Is it still based on him?
No, I don't think so. I think it's based somewhat on the story, but I think it's
like a kid from Philly who went to go and live with his uncle in Bel Air.
I think they've switched the mood out.
It's like more drama than comedy now.
Yeah, the tone of the show is different.
But is it supposed to be still based on like a Will Smith living?
Not a Will Smith, not Will Smith per se.
His story though.
But that type of a story, like I guess
from Philly to Bel Air.
Yeah, somebody. But the reasoning they left probably a little bit more graphic, right? Like they spend a little time on why, right? All you know is that he got spun around in circles on the basketball court, and that was bad enough for his
He's
mom.
like, the guy that spinning me above his head in the opening credits.
That's him. No, but I mean, think about it. That was enough to make his mom send him to Bel Air. I mean, what the fuck? What in real life? I wonder what they did. Like, did he steal some shit and he had to run?
Did he really go to Bel Air in real life?
Who? Will Smith? Uh-huh. It's not that based on his story.
Well, I thought that was pretty closely based on his story.
Are you telling me right now today that you thought this whole time
Will Smith is from Philly?
that Will Smith has been the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, literally?
He's from Philly. He was the Fresh Prince as his rap name.
And you think Uncle Phil was his real uncle?
No, but he might have an actual Uncle Phil. May not have been that guy.
Dude,
it's not Avery.
Listen, no, Will Smith did not. I'm pretty certain he didn't get to Bel Air until he got to Bel Air. No, he didn't just go to his rich uncle.
Saying, man, I don't really,
I have worries for you lately, man. I got to be honest with you.
Hey, listen, man. Sometimes when you're on the podcast, you got to make content,
I think this is beyond content. This is.
I think you're beyond content.
You're beyond content, man.
Anyways, man. All right. Any parting words here? Anything else?
We didn't talk about the All-Star game or the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, we could talk about that, I suppose.
I mean, we can kind of just touch on it. Pause.
Philly lost. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. But so I don't watch anymore, really. But from what I've understood, based on
you didn't watch the game.
No.
No,
I watched a quarter of it at our parents' house, and I was like, I'm out. Or no, we watched it here. Here, I was like, I'm
Yeah,
getting
so you
the fuck
did
out
watch
here.
part of it.
I don't really care that much about it. But I know obviously
Philly
like
lost. Kansas City won.
I'd have liked
It
to
was a
see
field goal.
Jalen Hurts win it, to be honest. But I mean, he's that man. You know what I mean? He's that man.
Yeah, Mahomes is he's nice with it.
He
They're
is.
both nice with it. I mean, honestly, it was a great game. Like
Came down to the last possession.
it was 8 seconds left. A field goal won it. Hurts is the man.
So's Mahomes, though. There's a lot of
for sure. And I just say that to say because he lost, but it was his first Super Bowl appearance. What, like his third season, second season, some shit like that. He was 19-20 when he got drafted, I assume.
Who?
Hurts.
Mahomes?
Hurts.
Oh, Hurts.
So it was his third season.
Because he was 18-19, right?
19-20, I think.
19-20. You're right.
So this is his third season.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's on pace to become another. I think he'll be in the Super Bowl in the next couple of years and probably win it. Mahomes might actually become the next coming of a Brady-esque type player. I don't think it's. I'm getting past the point of calling players the next this guy, but like next person of that ilk, right? The next guy to take the torch and move it along however they see fit or however their game allows, right? Like I'm tired of saying, oh, he's going to be the next Tom Brady, the next
Aaron
Michael
Rodgers
Jordan.
got a weird story happening. These
Aaron
days,
Rodgers
too.
talking about he's going on like a 3-day isolation dark chamber.
A strange guy. That did
Did you
lead
hear
me
that?
to,
Did you hear that's what he's going to do?
I heard about that, but also actually,
I'm going to a silence retreat.
which really just means he's just gonna be in complete silence for 3 days.
Be at the house like this.
I'm going to look into sensory deprivation tank.
Oh yeah. Why?
There's just supposed to be like a lot of like I don't want to say healing properties per se, but kind of that. Like, cause you're in basically like a salt bath. So basically, they have you like in Epsom salt, right? And I think it's like 85% of the contents of the water is salt at some point.
I want to let you know that this is like one conversation away from you telling me that you are really full-fledged gay now. It's like,
No, man.
I like guys.
No. Look it up. I promise you. Look it up. Like they say that you can have like hallucinating effects in there because of that.
Sure.
And then
I'm
they
sure
say,
there's some hallucinating effects in there.
"Hey, man, you're being offensive." No, but they say like there's people who have like the large number of people who go. They have like a euphoric aftermath.
Masturbate in there?
It's probably not a good idea. It's probably pretty gross. Hopefully nobody's done that before.
I don't think you're. I think you should consider the idea that they might have.
I don't know. That's the one question. Like, how often do they change the water?
What's all that
thing?
splashing and shit going on in there?
Remember when?
That's true. Like, what are you gonna just go into? Oh, that'd be nasty.
You remember when Homer and Lisa did the sensory deprivation tank? And they were hallucinating. He was, oh, where'd my sandwich go?
I do remember that. That was an interesting episode.
Yeah, but there's supposed to be. It's something worth looking into.
Okay. Where's that at?
There's mad locations throughout the city. I looked it up. I just googled it, and there's like a chain that does them. I don't know. It's realistically it's just about being in that mostly submerged in that. Obviously, it's just so much salt content that you're floating on it essentially.
Yeah.
So it makes you like weightless, no light, no sound, you and your thoughts for an hour, but not necessarily your thoughts. Like I don't know. It's just weird how it's all supposed to be.
They take your thoughts.
I think you
so
shouldn't go in there.
Be inside of them.
I think you're not supposed to go in there with any like foregone conclusions in your mind about what to expect.
I think that's maybe the most difficult task of all time.
Probably.
To go into a place that they're gonna just lock you in. It's like a coffin, dude.
Well, no, they don't lock you in there. You're in, like, so basically, from what I understand about what I've looked up in them, you go into it. It's like you get your own room, right? There's a shower in there. You shower first, then you go into the tank. You pull down the lid and close it. I don't know how you keep the time. I have zero idea about that. Then when you're done, you take another shower and you leave.
I have concerns, but hey, man, you let me know how that goes.
I mean,
stay tuned for Adam's whole
Sensory
overview of what the fuck a sensory deprivation tank does. So there's that.
There's a lot of science behind them.
Okay. I like science. I don't know how I feel about this.
Well, I can only tell you just to research it a little bit, you know, and you learn some things.
I'm waiting for your research. That's what I'm going to do.
All right, well, secondhand research works too, I guess. I climb that mountain so you don't have to, you know. You don't got to eat the dead body up there.
So you ain't have to go through that.
All right, well, yeah, real fast, the halftime show. At the
Didn't
Super
watch
Bowl.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Rihanna's pregnant.
Rihanna's pregnant.
I don't know why people are so surprised at the fact that, like, she didn't seem like she wanted to be there. I saw, like, the clip of it. She didn't seem...
A lot of lip syncing and whatever. You know?
Listen, man. I don't blame her.
Lip-syncing.
She's a...
Well,
who the fuck in
they
the
say
right
she don't
mind?
get paid for that, so-
She's a billionaire, dude.
Yeah.
And if not, she's damn near close. She's got all she has to do is let her fucking Fenty line do the work, and she could just chill.
They put a lot into that production, though.
You think? I bet you her crib or her island or whatever the fuck she lives in Barbados is fucking crazy.
Probably.
Why would she want to come here and perform for a whole bunch of people at the Super Bowl?
Because Jay-Z asked her to.
It's not enough.
It clearly is enough.
I would be like, all right.
She came.
I would have said no.
Maybe just, you know, I don't know, like, what pregnancy and all the stuff does, but maybe she just can't hit the right notes when.
I don't
with all
think
that,
so. I
you
mean,
know?
I would assume having like something. Listen, when I'm gassy, I don't like to do.
Your
certain
diaphragm,
things.
you know?
Right. When I'm gassy, I don't like to do things.
Mariah Carey couldn't
Can't
hit them
imagine
notes
having
with a baby.
having a child in your stomach makes you feel like you got to fart.
Mimi
crazy.
can do all this shit that she wants, but when you have a baby in there, it's different.
Don't call Mariah Carey Mimi. I hate that name. Mimi.
She called herself Mimi.
I won't.
It's the emancipation of Mimi. It's the whole album. Has that name on it. All right, well, cool, man. You know, shout out to Rihanna because she's even though she's pregnant, she's still always gonna be sexy. She's that's I think what killed a lot of people's enjoyment about it. You know, we wanted to see a Fenty clad Rihanna up there, you know, getting busy with her songs, and she got a lot of slaps. So, cool, man.
Well, you're gonna get a cut here because we're about to release some sneaker stuff on another.
Well, thank you all for tuning in to episode number 169 of the Kasson Avenue podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed the line of questioning that I subjected this man to.
Hopefully you learned some things.
If you have some other questions that you'd like the answers to, just feel free to leave them in the comments section. You know what I mean?
Stop telling us that you need all the foot people, otherwise you're not going to succeed. Blah 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 blah. Shut the fuck.
Thank you to the sub that stuck around, even though we changed the angle of the camera. You know?
Yeah, and if you feel like you want to leave, dip, because I expected it anyway. Peace, bitch.
I don't know why he's so mad. What the hell? Could have been worse. We lost like 2 people. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like people are behind.
Well, it could be the case too. Or I told you they only. Well, I don't know. Whatever the case is, shout out to y'all, man, and we'll catch you on number 170. But before that, hopefully, we'll catch you on the sneaker thing that we do next.
Sneaker thing. Peace.
Peace. We can call it that.